Governor Gavin Newsome comes to Fresno with a major economic plan. He says it will bring a massive revitalization of the Central Valley. CBS 47's Jason Toktajian joining us live in studio with the details tonight. Jason.
That's right. Governor Newsome revealed a 20-year, $58 billion investment plan for the Sierra San Joaquin Valley. It's one of 13 plans he's expecting to receive from the rest of the state by January to make California's economy thrive.
So here goes Governor Newsome thinking outside the box and thinking that him having invested billions of dollars into different cities around California in business is going to actually fix the problems that he created and that the people up in Sacramento created with high taxes. Anyway, let's listen to some more.
New blueprint for a larger vision so California can dominate the future.
Governor Gavin Newsome is sending a clear message. He wants California's economy to soar. Today, Newsome joined Central Valley lawmakers and leaders to announce the first of 13 comprehensive economic plans. The Sierra San Joaquin region was the first to meet with the state.
This is our 20-year, $58 billion investment plan for the Central San Joaquin region. Not if, but when this plan is successfully implemented over the next 20 years, we can expect to see almost $100 billion of economic impact.
Here's the problem that California is having. First, there are no jobs for people. And the people that do get jobs make so much money that companies can't afford to keep them on full time. So they only work them. That's number one problem. Number two problem is business pay such high taxes, the highest taxes throughout the entire country here in the state of California, that Newsome and all those people you see clapping behind him did. And they believe that by him investing billions back into businesses for people to open businesses, that they are going to thrive because we, the people that have no money, are going to start spending our hard-earned money that we can't even afford in those businesses once they do open up. The prices are going to be so astronomically outrageous that no one's going to want to spend their money there, i.e. closing down business. That's why so many companies are leaving the state of California. It's not anything to do with infrastructure. It's not anything to do with money coming in and them having enough money to open the business. It has nothing to do with that. It's because of high California taxes, number one, and very super high wages, number two. So high, like I said earlier, companies can't pay it. And if they do want to keep open, they have to hire 150,000 people and work them 2 hours a day, because nobody could afford to stay open in California in this economy. And no business can afford to work people 8 hours a day or over. That's what's happening. Has nothing to do with how much he can invest as much money as he wants until he lowers taxes and stops hiking minimum wage on these businesses. Nothing's going to change. Even I know that. But who am I? Let's continue.
138,000 new jobs. We're talking about over 2,000 manufacturers being supported as a result of this plan, 6,000 small businesses being supported, 29 gigawatts of clean energy being produced.
Swear Engine is among hundreds of people that made the Sierra San Joaquin Jobs Coalition possible. Senator Ana Caballero also delivering remarks on the importance of this economic plan.
The number one issue when I go out and I meet with neighbors in all of our communities is the ability to have a good job, to be able to pay your bills.
And by January, Newsome hopes to have a plan for all of California.
13 now of these plans. This is the first we've received in the state, 502 pages. Those 13 plans will come together. In January, we'll be releasing the most comprehensive, nuanced sectoral strategy and workforce strategy in this state's history.
Folks, you got to understand that Newsome has an upcoming contract that needs to be fulfilled, and that is him running for governor and getting voted in again, pretty much staying in as governor so he could continue on the path that he's on now. And to hold up a book in front of the California people and say, oh, this book is going to bring our economic worries to the floor. It's going to give us hope. It's going to give us more money. It's going to bring more jobs. That ain't happening. Most manufacturing companies here in California over the last 4 years have split. They've either went to Texas or Florida or Arizona, somewhere else, mostly to Texas, because he refuses to lower taxes, because our government is inflated with problems and money problems. Our federal government only gives California so much money. After that, it's up to California to budget their own money, which they cannot do because they are so far behind. So many companies, manufacturers have left California and they're never coming back. Just to rent a building for these companies to come in or come back to California, they would have to make product and sell them for 10 times what it cost them to make, to pay people their wages, to pay their state taxes, to pay the rent or lease on the building or the warehouse that they need to make those items. I mean, it costs these companies more to stay in California and produce items than it does just to go to Texas and pay 70% less. That's right, 70% less, at least 70% less across the board for everything. So I don't see California going any higher as far as business goes, as far as people making more money, as far as putting people back to work. I just don't see it. And, you know, he has to say this because he has an election coming up and he wants to stay as governor, which if Californians are smart and they can see through the BS, this ain't going to happen. That's what I'm hoping anyway. Anyway, let's continue.
Jason talked. And another byproduct of the Sierra San Joaquin Jobs Plan is access to child care for an additional 40,000 families. But for now, reporting live in the studio, Jason Toctagian.